Okay, let's see if it decides to. There we go. Okay, like I said, welcome and good afternoon. My name is Mr. Deich, and I am going to be your digital chemistry teacher, and I'm really looking forward to teaching you as much as I can about this amazing science. Chemistry is our way to try to make sense of all the things that go on in the background of the world. How chemicals interact with each other, how structures can remain strong, how the very tiniest pieces of matter are able to build these amazingly complicated and different things, as well as how they function and how they work with each other. And I'm very excited. I love this course. It is my favorite course. I am going to be going over a little bit about myself and a little bit about the course and the materials that we're going to be using. So first off, I do want to emphasize our motto this year is we will do our best. That applies both to me and to you. We will do our best. There will be problems. You will have something crash on you. A link will not work. You will swear up and down that you emailed me, and you did, and it's just gone. These are all things we're going to have to work with. And on top of that, I'm going to be running various experiments, and every now and then they decide not to work too, because that's just the nature of the beast. What we need to do is we need to do our best. And so that is the yearly motto this year. And as long as both of us are, all of us are doing it, me and all of you, I think we're going to be fine. Before I go any further, I love communication. Email me everything and anything, any curiosity, any questions, any issues. Please let me know what's going on. Communication is key. Also, expect me to be putting lots of information out for you. And for that, allow me to introduce you to some of the things that we are going to deal with. The number one vector that we are going to use in this course is Schoology. Schoology is kind of going to be where I'm going to pop as much stuff there as possible. So I am going to share my Schoology screen, which will look a little different than yours. I'm going to go over a couple things that I really feel that you should know. So let me get that started, since it'll take the computer just a little bit to slide over. Now, while it is thinking and working through that, my picture may go in and out, my volume may go in and out. This is just how it happens. You should have a textbook. If you do not have a textbook because you did not pick it up or you did not realize you needed one, you just need to get a hold of me. I believe the books are right now in the auditorium here at Souderton, and that you can send somebody to pick it up. The book is going to be an amazing resource for you. It is heavy, it's big, it's new. There's no digital component to the book that our school has paid for, but the book itself is very quality. Many students who used the book last term used it well and said it was very helpful. But you also have the internet, you have each other and all sorts of other resources. I will be assigning things from the book rarely. It will not happen often, but it will happen. It is one of the things I like to do because, like I said, the book is quality. I'm also going to be giving you access to a free online book that is offered by this one program. There's an app that is amazing that you can download onto your phone. I believe it's free, and if it's paid, you probably don't bother, but that's up to you. There's all sorts of great stuff out there that's pretty much at your fingertips. And the nice thing about this digital classroom is you have that there. Now, let me show you a little bit on Schoology real quick before I go over more stuff about the class. You should be seeing my screen here, which is now wiggling up and down because I feel like it. I've got this grayed out stuff that you don't need to worry about. That's just from my teacher view. But what you do need to worry about is the very first thing here is daily attendance. You need to submit your attendance to me. This link is always active, and you should always do this like the first thing. You should log on, go there. It's a one question, are you here? The only answer is yes. Click that, you're good. You need to do this every single day. Every day that is a school day. So like, don't do it on Saturday, don't do it on Sunday. If we have a day off, don't do it on that day. But every single day, this is how I take attendance. This is what you are expected to do. By taking this digital course, you've agreed to this. This is your daily check-in. It is as painless as I could make it, but it is a requirement. You will be graded on the fact that you click this button. So do it. It's easy. Beneath that is going to be the agenda and the main page. Now, at the moment, I'm still working on this. It's still completely wrong, but this is where you're going to go. And if you click on it, you can see it gives you the week's work. It tells you, like yesterday we had off, and I'm still populating it from here. This is an old copy from back when we did the spring pandemic issue. This will be updated by today, a little later, but it will have links telling you where to go. You can click through things, etc. One of the things I do want to point out is that all worksheets that I give you are ungraded practice. The answer keys will be linked. The worksheet will be linked. Do them, don't do them. That's on you. But if you don't do them, when the graded work comes, you may be lost. And that's my recommendation to you. As digital students, you take a lot of responsibility on yourself. Yeah, it's up to you. Good luck. I will be around. Furthermore, if you find a mistake on the answer key, immediately shoot an email to me. I'm awarding 1 extra credit point per mistake found. So if you find any mistakes on the answer key, let me know. And sometimes you're like, I don't know if there's a mistake, but I think it is. Feel free to send it to me. Worst comes to worst, I tell you, nah, it's right. You need to do X, Y, or Z. So you still get some help. It's still worth doing. So if you find anything like that, just send it off to me. You'll also notice that I'm in the middle of transferring everything I have into Google Slides because it is way easier to access this on a variety of devices as opposed to the PowerPoints that I normally use. That is an ongoing process that I'm just going to be doing all year long. I'm also going to be embedding a bunch of video. I'm also going to be taking video of me doing problems and whatnot and posting it to YouTube and posting it within my slides and whatnot. I do have a YouTube channel. The link will be in some future email. All it is just me putting up like work that I've done, help, that sort of thing. And right now there's only like 8 videos on it, and it'll get better as time goes on. I also intend to do more videos of like, hey, I'm Mr. D and whatnot, but haven't gotten there just yet, but I will. All right, so this is an example of your weekly pages that you will get that will give you your work. Below that, you've got the course information that it just tells you, hey, here's our syllabus. There's an example lab report, and I'm going to be putting safety up. I just edited safety to actually make it a bit easier to understand. So that will be forthcoming very soon, again today. The coursework is fairly populated. I'm going to be updating a lot, but chapters 1 through 8 are already up here, and you can feel free to look around. Try not to overwhelm yourself. There is a lot, but we're going to be spending all year on it. And then, of course, I've got answer keys that are set for every single thing that we do worksheet-wise. I will also have a agenda archive. So if for some reason you're absent and you need like, oh my God, there was this project I was supposed to do and I didn't do it. I need to go back to it. You can just go back a week or 2 and find it. Now, real quick, first off, if you have any questions, feel free to throw that into the chat and I will try to get to them toward the end, but please throw that in the chat whenever you come up with a question. Okay, hopefully you can see the syllabus here and hopefully you can follow along with it. There was a sharing issue earlier today, but I corrected that and there should be less of those now. First off, a little about myself. I've been teaching chem here at Sourton for 16 years now. This is my 16th year. I love it. This is what I've wanted to do. I went to Temple University where I went to multiple campuses to get my bachelor's. I went to DeSales for my master, which includes distance learning. So, that's why I volunteered to be your digital teacher. I also teach bio. And like I said, I've been doing this for a while. A little bit about myself. Not quite 40, but I'm getting there. I am happily married to my high school sweetheart. I'm a big old school gamer. I love Dungeons and Dragons. I love movies. I will gladly spend tons of time debating various pros and cons about movies with anybody. And I'm a big fan of things like Shakespeare and many other sorts of literature. I am a geek. I'm a little bit of a nerd, but I'm more geek than a nerd. And if you're like, what's the difference? Feel free to look it up. It's an interesting rabbit hole to go down. Now, for the course though, because I'm also a chem teacher, and that's one of my my pride and joys. We have 8 chapters, and they're listed. We're starting with science skills. We're going to like touch on it very lightly this week. Really going to hit that next week and the week after, and then we're just going to roll on through. Each of these chapters should take 2 to 3 weeks to get through the chapter, depending upon the chapter itself. We're going a little slow at the beginning just as we iron out issues and work through problems. You can see these suggestions I have for you. Work on it a little each day. Use the weekly agenda to plan things out for you. Seek help promptly and understand that you will struggle. That's normal. This is a tough course. And concepts build on top of each other. So if you get lost, then you might stay lost if you're not careful. So get help right away. These expectations I have are tailored to your digital class. I first off expect respect, so make sure that all language and behavior is appropriate, you know, no bullying, treat each other nice, etc. I expect you to be prepared. Make sure denied access to the main page. Got it. I'll try to fix that. Sorry about that. That I guess is not in the folder I just fixed. It's in a different one. I will fix that. And always let me know. Feel free to shoot an email, do that thing where Google Auto sends me something. I can fix most things, and at this point I'm pretty good at doing it even on my phone. But make sure that you keep a very high level of respect to each other and to the times we're in. Make sure your language is good. Don't bully. Behave with propriety. Be prepared. You need to attend every live class. We have 2 live classes a week. The times will be different. At the moment, I'm doing a morning and a noon class. I do not think I will continue that. I do not know that. I will get back to you. Maybe I'll throw an email out or a Google Forms thing. I prefer flexibility when it comes to things like this. So even if you can't make, like if there's a morning class you can't make, shoot me an email. Maybe I can meet up with you during my prep period or something like that, which is what I'm doing now. I'm technically at my prep period. And do not expect other teachers to do this. This is totally my choice, and no one else should do this unless they want to. This can be very overwhelming, especially virtually. It's really easy to get lost and kind of scream into the void. Don't be that person. Talk to me, talk to the people around you, be ready to overcome challenges. And you also have agreed that you're ready to learn in a virtual space, which means, keeping up your computer skills, trying to keep things going, and to email me whenever there's a problem. There shouldn't really be too many consequences. I mean, if I catch you, bullying somebody or like cheating, then yeah, there's going to be a problem. You basically will get written up every time there's an issue, and basically 3 write-ups and you're gone. And if you do something truly horrific, I'll just make sure you're kicked. Hopefully that won't happen, but sometimes. Now here's the part that I know a lot of you were probably anxious about: grading. How are we going to be evaluated in this? Well, first off, there are weekly grades. You get 10 points for a weekly quiz that I will post on Friday, and it is graded by Monday. That includes this Friday. You will have a quiz on Friday. It is a pre-test. It will even say very clearly that if you take the quiz, you will get a 10 out of 10 if you do it on time. Because this just gives me a ground level of where you're at with chemistry. I do not expect you to do well on it. That is okay. It is just so that I can see, hey, you can find my quizzes, you can take them, and this is what they are like. So that will be Friday. You will also have a weekly project. Most of the times these projects will be group work, and you will either be assigned a group, which I'll do early on, or you will get to pick among the people in class. Sometimes they're individual. This first one is individual because it's just, hey, my name is this, I like this nickname, and I'm just gonna have you share some things about yourself, so that way I have a better idea of who you are, because I think that'll help out here. I intend to do like an intro presentation, but I've just been so busy I haven't had time to get it. So hopefully that'll be done in a day or two, and you can feel free to watch that. And last but not least, weekly you'll be graded on your participation, meaning that you sign in every day for Schoology. You're at your live learning sessions, and your graded work is submitted on time. So there's that. At the end of every chapter, which is about 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, you'll be given a chapter test. This is a 30-point chapter test, and I don't know what it's going to look like just yet. It's probably going to be a bigger Google form thing. I don't know. I just like Google Forms because, it's very easy for me to slide through and grade and to check to see if anybody's cheating, because there are many, many ways to check that. Speaking of cheating, the district's cheating and plagiarism policy is strictly followed in this class, which does include copying assignments. If one group does an assignment, you cannot just copy their assignment, make a couple changes, and turn it in. It is very easy for me to catch that, and the cheating and plagiarism policy is very explicit. First time you do it, you're dinged for that assignment. It's a 0. Second time you do it, you're zeroed and you lose a letter grade. Third time you do it, I wave goodbye. You're out of my class. And I had somebody in that easy spring semester we had get 2 of them. So we'll see what happens. We are going to have a final exam, from what I'm told. It's 20% of your course grade. I don't know what that's going to look like. I don't think anybody knows what that's going to look like just yet. So we're going to figure that out, and you should know, hopefully months ahead of time what that's going to be. If I have anything to do about it, it's definitely going to cover the entire course, just like the normal final exam does. And it's going to be more of a like an essay-esque thing. If I have the input, we'll see. I'm not the only one who gets to decide. Check Home Access Center frequently. You can see the policies I have here. Keep up with attendance. Notes. You may use your notes for every part of this course. You can use it for the quizzes. You can use it for the tests. I don't care. So keep your notes, upgrade them, share them with people, have them make them better, slide back and forth. I'm fine with that. Note sharing, I'm okay with. Direct cheating, I'm not. So if you compile your notes on chapter 1 and you send all that to your bud, don't care. I hope your bud sends them back to you with improvements and upgrades, and you should demand that, because if you're giving them something, you should get something back in them looking at it and making it better. But if you're taking the test and they're taking the test and you two are just handing each other answers, yeah, that's not a good situation. Bad things shall happen. So do your best. You'll probably be fine as long as you continue to make efforts, and just talk to me. We can work through most everything. I do believe in second chances. As such, your weekly quiz grades will automatically be replaced by the test that it goes to if the test is better. So if you do bad on a quiz, it's not the end of the world. Just look at what you did, figure out what went wrong, and then do better on the test that matches it, and bam, I will go through and manually change your grade to the better test grade. It takes me about a week, but I do it. Most assignments will not be accepted late unless I give you permission. And if I do, it'll typically be a 20% reduction. That's just how that is. At the moment, my office hours are 4 p.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays, or by appointment. Just send an email. You can read this note that I have for you about the times and how we need to lean on each other and be understanding. I'm really going to try to be understanding with you, and I hope that you're understanding with me. And that's that. That is an overview of the course. And I hope that puts some of your fears to rest. I hope that you are not panicked or overly stressed by this, and I will do everything I can to help you out. Now remember, you are supposed to check in every day, and that includes now. So if you haven't done so already, go on to Schoology, go to that extremely easy, attendance thing, and just click yes, you are here. If you have any questions, please put them in the chat, or I yield the mic to whoever. So it's up to you. Either ask now, chat now, That's my spiel. I know we went a little over. Thank you. Oh yeah, we'll have another meeting on Thursday. At that meeting, we're going to talk about proper lab safety, because even though you're not going to be in a lab here, you might wind up in a lab in college or a lab, in your job, and I want to make sure that you have the best safety for it. And I've got a lot of stories for that too, so that should be good. And I'm hoping to do videos throughout the week of like, hey, hi, how you doing? That sort of thing. So if you have any questions, put it in the chat or take the mic and ask. And if you have no questions, that's our first session. Just to say hi, just to kind of get you used to it. Be using Schoology. The weekly agenda will be updated by the end of today, and you can check in. If you have any questions, please type them now or ask now. Otherwise, take care. I'll see you on Thursday. Okay.